and welcome to another vlog. So it's the first week of May and I'm really excited about the books I wanted to read, so I thought I would vlog it. So the 3 books that I want to read this week that I want to vlog, first of all, Beach Read by Emily Henry. I'm very, very excited for this one. A lot of people have already read it and loved it. This comes out this month on the 19th. It's a summery, beachy read. 2 authors that write, one writes a chick lit, one writes like literary fiction. They switch genres and write each other's like genre for their next book because they're kind of in a writing slump. I'm very, very excited to read it. So this is the first one I'm going to tackle, the first one and the most one I'm anticipating. Then, you know, we're going to the beach, then we're going to Alaska, apparently. The next one is The Tourist Attraction by Sarah Morgenthaler. This one is all about a girl taking a trip to Moose Springs, Alaska. I have a thing for Alaska books that are books set in Alaska. I love them. I haven't heard the best things about this book, but I'm hoping it's going to be cute and fun because that's what I'm in the mood for. And the last physical book I want to read is Real Men Knit by Kawana Jackson. This is all about a family that like owns a knitting store, and the mom passes away and the brothers decide to keep open like the knitting store and things like that. Either way, these are the 3 books I want to read this week. Do I think I could do it? Absolutely. I've been reading a ton, as well as I've been reading a ton of ebooks. As you guys know, a lot of publishers aren't sending a ton of physical books out right now, understandably so. So my NetGalley books are just insane. My score is like only at 52%, which is not good at all, and I have like 10. I'm hoping to read a few this week because I go through them very quickly because they're ebooks, I guess. The one I'm currently reading right now that I plan to finish today is the sequel to Waiting for Tom Hanks by Carrie Winfrey. It's called Not Like the Movies. I'm already enjoying it a lot more than Waiting for Tom Hanks. So like I said, I'm halfway through it, officially like 51%. Planning to finish that today. The next one I'm gonna read, I'm not sure, we'll talk about that. But you guys know I've been talking about NetGalley a ton. I'm gonna do a video this week sometime of just reviewing all the NetGalley books I've read so far. But these are the 3 books I'm gonna really concentrate on and want to read. First up being Beach Read. So come along with me for another week of just being at home all the time and trying to read as much as I can while trying to watch my insane kid that you'll hear in the background a ton because he's loud. That's just how it is. So yeah, hopefully you like this. So I also wanted to share with you guys that our bathroom is done. So if you haven't been following my like last couple vlogs, this has been a project that's taken like a month or 2 because Matt has done it in like his free time and he's not working full time and not helping with Noah, you know, stuff like that. So he doesn't have a lot of time. He didn't have a lot of time, but he finally finished. There's like a couple of things we have to do. We still have to put decor on the walls, but I ain't worried about that. So I'm going to show what it looks like right now, and then I'm gonna insert a like little montage thing I put together of what it did look like. This house was built in the 70s, so the bathroom was Pepto-Bismol pink. It was horrendous, and now it looks amazing. Matt did such an amazing job. So I'm going to show you what it looks like now and then show you like the progress of how it got to be and how much work Matt put into it because it's a lot. Here we are. As you can see, we have a nice navy blue paint. And then this is the beadboard. It's just beautiful. We got a new toilet. Yeah, we have this beautiful new mirror that's a medicine cabinet. And then we have this beautiful vanity. Like I said, it's just, it looks amazing. I still have to finish a couple things right there. But yeah, we're going like for a nautical theme. So I'm going to put like a big anchor or ship wheel, I don't know, right there. And then something on the wall. I ain't doing a lot. Oh, and the floors. The floors are just stunning. So like I said, Matt did an amazing job. So enjoy watching this progression of how this bathroom got to be like this because it took a while. Hello all. So it's a, oh my gosh, what the heck? You cut your bangs and I cut my bangs and I did not do that great of a job. It's fine. It's dinner time and tonight I'm using, oh my gosh, my cast iron skillet. I am not kidding when I say that that might kill somebody, honestly. Anyway, I just got this cast iron skillet. My friend gifted it to me. I cooked with it for the first time ever in my last vlog, and I'm cooking with it more because I enjoy it. Tonight I'm cooking shrimp fajitas. Never cooked them in my life. Found the recipe just looking up cast iron skillet recipes, so here's to hoping it'll be okay. We'll see. I hope you enjoy these cooking montages. I honestly love to cook. It's just something I've always loved to do. No, I can't say that. When I was first married, I couldn't cook worth anything, but the more you do it, it's not that hard, trust me. You just get a recipe, you're good to go. But yeah, we're gonna cook with it, and hopefully I don't like drop this because, oh my gosh, that would hurt so much. Hopefully I'll update you and let you know how it is. Hopefully good. I'm also gonna catch up on Brooklyn Nine-Nine because I am like 2 seasons behind and I forgot how much I really enjoyed this show. I try to always listen or watch something while I'm cooking because I don't ever get to watch anything else at all. Happy Sunday. I didn't vlog yesterday because I just didn't. There's no reason for it. I do have some reading updates to tell you about. So I did finish an ebook. I have to pull it up, sorry. I did finish Not Like the Movies by Carrie Winfrey. So this is the sequel / companion novel to Waiting for Tom Hanks, which got released last year. I read it last year. I liked it. I didn't love it. It's a rom-com, but I did enjoy, it's gonna sound really weird, I did enjoy Not Like the Movies more than Tom Hanks, but I rated them both the same. They both got a 3 out of 5. This one was so close to a 4-star, but basically, let me tell you what the book is about. We follow a character named Chloe, who is the girl's best friend, and Tom Hanks. I just keep saying Tom Hanks because why not? And she works at a coffee shop called Nick's, and her boss is, what do you know, Nick. He owns the coffee shop, and you can tell in the first book, the Waiting for Tom Hanks book, that there's something going on between them. Like, Nick is so clearly in love with Chloe, but Chloe's not feeling it. And so the second book's all about Chloe and her finally being like, oh, maybe I do like Nick. I enjoyed that back and forth banter they have, but the main problem I had with this book was that Chloe just kept stringing Nick along. She would be like, I think I like him, but I don't. And Nick was just the freaking saint in this book. Like, he just loved Chloe. You could tell. He's always had feelings for her and would do whatever she wanted, but Chloe was just so indecisive, and I just could not stand that. But I did enjoy it. If you're a fan of rom-coms, I would recommend it. So like I said, a 3 out of 5. I have since started another Nat Kelly book. I've been reading a ton, obviously, because publishers aren't sending out physical copies. I started The Girl from Widow Hills by Megan Miranda. This is an adult mystery thriller. This is my first Megan Miranda. I started a Megan Miranda book a while ago. I think it was called The Last House Guest or something. Last Lake House Guest. I didn't like it, so I DNF'd it. And this one I am enjoying. This one's about a girl that when she was like 12, she sleptwalked a lot, and she would like sleepwalk so far, and then one night it was this big storm, and like the storm, like the rain and stuff literally took her away, like, and she was stranded for like 3 days, and then they finally found her, and then she became like a global sensation, like the girl from Widow Hills. And now it takes place with her a lot older. She's changed her name. She's tried to like leave that behind, but things are starting to come back. So I've just started that. I'm like maybe fifth. You want to come say hi? You come say hi. Hold on. Say hi.
Hi.
Sorry. Dad, I'm like 15% into it, so not much to go on. Can I have this, please? I am going to finish Beach Read today. I am on page 239, and there are like 360 pages. I'm definitely gonna finish this today. There's my update. I did, we've already done a lot today, and it's only like 2 p.m. I filmed this morning, obviously why I look decent. We went to church, like virtual church. We're doing a whole bunch of yard work today. And yeah, I'm gonna read. That's gonna be it. My child will be upset because he seems like he's in a bad mood today. That's fun. But yeah, that's my update for Sunday. Maybe I'll come back. Who knows with these vlogs? They're just totally whatever it is. Well, I can't see it. Can I see the cover? What is it called? Oh, Yeti and Unicorn. What's that one? Do you like, say,
bike.
Do you like my bike?
I like it.
Yeah. What is it? Can I see? It's Let's Have a Sleepover. That one. Dragon. Say dragon. Oh my gosh, please forgive this huge shit I have. I forgot. Okay, sorry. Yes. Dragon. I forgot to tell you guys that shrimp fajitas I made a couple of days ago. How was it? It was delicious. I highly recommend you make it. You do not need a cast iron skillet at all because I went 31 years without one. I'm doing fine. It's super easy to make. Like, all you need is some shrimp, bell peppers, red onion, and seasonings like cumin, chili powder, I think onion powder, garlic powder, and like that's all you need. Just saute all them up and then throw them on warm tortilla, put whatever else you want on it. They were delicious, easy to make, highly recommend. I'll leave the link down below. I'll leave the recipe down below, as well as another recipe I'm making this week that I'm super excited to make in the cast iron. I think it's chicken thighs. I don't know. I promise some time has passed since filming last clip. I just keep filming in this room because it's the best light, honestly, and that's great with me because I feel like my lighting in these vlogs are not good. But either way, I'm back. It's a lot later. But I just finished Beach Read, and I was not expecting for this book to be, I don't want to say as serious, as intense as it was. I was expecting it to be a literal beach read. Do I think it's a beach read? Yeah, I do, but it's a lot of feelings, a lot of things to really unpack in this book. But overall, I loved it. 5 out of 5, would wholeheartedly recommend. So like I told you guys a little bit, I'm gonna go into more detail about this. This is about 2 characters. We follow a character named January, who is a author, and she writes a lot of romantic books. And she has always had this she's always looked up to the love of her parents. They've always been in love, and they just emulate the love that she's always wanted. And then her mom gets cancer twice. She beats it twice, and that's great. And then her dad dies suddenly when she's 29 of a stroke. And then she learns that her dad had this like secret life. He had this beach house in another state with like another woman, and she never knew about it, but the mom did. And so all of her preconceived notions about love just immediately fall apart because her parents' marriage wasn't what she thought it was, apparently. Great, my battery's flashing. And then we have another character named Augustus, who goes by Gus, who is also another writer. And him and January went to college together. They kind of had a feud, things like that. Turns out that January inherits said beach house that her dad owned, and Augustus is her next door neighbor. And they started talking again. They become friends, and they learn that they're both kind of going through writing problems, you know, because January's trying to write another romantic book, and she has, you know, no romance in her to write it. And they decide to strike up a deal where they write each other's genres. So Gus will write a rom-com, and she will write kind of a literary fiction, much more serious. And they go on like outings to teach each other about things. So she'll take him to like the carnival for romantic, and he takes her to like this cult that people have survived from, or people that have lost members of their family to. And it's just a beautiful book. It's very intense with the fact of what January is going through with all of her feelings with her parents, especially with her dad that she loved so much and like really admired and was like her role model. And she learns that he had a lot of flaws, a lot of mistakes, a lot of bad things that he did. And she just has to really process her feelings with this, process that, does she even believe in true love anymore? Does she even believe there are happy endings? And then Augustus, who is going through a ton of really horrible things, is, you know, he sees the world very different from January. So it was just a really intense book with Augustus. He's going through really hard things as well, and they both believe very different things, and they fall in love. And it's a really beautiful book, but it is a lot more serious than the cover goes through. But it really, I think, goes through a lot. Like with, I'm sure people that write can really resonate with January, with having writer's block and not knowing what to write. It's going to resonate with people that don't believe in happy endings and, you know, figuring out that love. And it's really amazing. I love the main character January. I would highly recommend it. I would talk more about it, but I do want to film like a match-up review on it. But I enjoyed it. It definitely is a book that's going to stick with me a while, because I had so much to unpack, like I said, and it makes me think about the characters constantly. I really enjoyed it. Really recommend. So now I'm moving on, you know, from the beach, we're going to Alaska. So this book takes place in Alaska, which is a big trope for me that I love. Why it's being released in May, I have no clue, but all I know, it's about a girl that goes to Alaska and I think she falls in love with this grumpy guy. That's all I know. I'm hoping it's going to be lighter, because while I have said I love this one repeatedly, it was intense and definitely took an emotional punch out of me. Like, it punched me in the gut. Like, I cried with it. So it was just intense. I kind of want this one to be lighthearted, and, you know, I have to balance out my feelings. Otherwise, if I read another book that'll make me sad, it'll be an emotional wreck either way. So I'm gonna read this, and yeah, I have to go because my battery's flashing. Beach read, loved it. I might talk more about it because I have a lot of feelings still to unpack. Hello, happy Monday. It's already dinner time. I'm not good at vlogging. Yeah, like I said, it's dinner time and I'm cooking tonight. I'm cooking another new recipe that I'm excited to cook. I'm cooking chicken thighs in the cast iron skillet, and then they have to go in the oven. My sides I'm doing for that are rice-a-roni. I don't ever eat this a lot, but it's pretty good. Cheddar broccoli as well as green beans. It may not be the healthiest, but I'm trying. I'm also realized I had some corn bread mix in the cabinet, and a recipe I learned from the friend who actually gave me the cast iron skillet is you make the regular cornbread, like put it in the pan and everything, but then you cut up a jalapeno and then put some cheese on it, and also it's jalapeno cheddar bread, and it's amazing. So I'm going to show you how to do that. It's really, really easy. Trust me, I ain't that good of a cook. So welcome to another Cooking with Heather montage. Let you know where we're at with the cooking process, because I couldn't montage it. I cooked the chicken in the oven and I took it out, rested on a plate. Now we're gonna take like the cast iron that's really hot, mind you, with all the juices, and we're gonna make kind of like a sauce for it. So let's do it. Hello, it is Tuesday. Here I am. I've been horrible at vlogging.
Yeah.
When am I never? not horrible. You hear my child. We are in the room and we're in my office doing some computer schoolwork for him, so sorry he's gonna be loud. I wanted to update you on my reading. So last night I did finish The Girl from Widow Hills by Megan Miranda. I gave this book a 3 out of 5. It started off really strong and then it just kind of tapered out, and then by the end I was just like, ooh. I think I told you this book is about. I'll tell you again because I don't remember what I vlog. So this is about a girl named Olivia who 20 years ago, her name was completely different. Her name was Arden, and she sleptwalked, and she sleptwalked a lot, and then one night she sleptwalked and she went missing. Like a storm kind of surged and it took her away to like the drain pipes and stuff, and she was missing for like 3 days, and then she was found, and it was a big miracle obviously, and then it really exploded with the media. Everyone knew who she was. Media got crazy, her mom got crazy, so she changed her name and moved away, and now it's 20 years later and the anniversary is resurfacing of this, you know, big thing that's happened in her life, and things are starting to get, she finds like a dead man on her property, let's just say that, and then things kind of spiral from there. I thought this had so much potential, but I don't think it was executed right. Like, I really wanted more backstory of like what happened that night, and instead we got the answers like pretty much at the very end, and it ended very abruptly as well. I just don't think I'm the biggest fan of Megan Miranda's writing, honestly. Like I told you guys, I tried reading one of her books before and didn't enjoy it, but this one, 3 out of 5. It doesn't come out till like June, I think. I don't know if I would like recommend it a ton. Maybe you'll like it, maybe not. Like I said, I thought it had really good potential, and then it just kind of fell flat for me, so sadly I didn't love it. That's another neck alley checked off my list though, because the list is ever growing. I'm still reading The Tourist Attraction by Sarah Morgenthaler. I'm on page 200, and this is a pretty big contemporary book. It's like 400 pages, so I'm planning to finish this today. Overall, it's okay. It's kind of boring, honestly, which I never thought I would say a book about Alaska, but I just don't, like, the romance is still kind of not there. Like, they're bantering back and forth, and it's just, nothing's really happening, so I'm not loving it a ton right now. I'm hoping it'll pick up. It's cute, and it's adorable, you know, it's a typical rom-com, but there's just not much to it. I'm gonna finish it today, and then I'll move on to my next read. I did start another Neck Alley book because I'm reading 2 books at a time, which is so unlike me. I don't know, I've been on a reading machine, and I need to keep it up because I'm really afraid a slump will hit, and I don't want that at all. So yeah, will I update you today or not? I don't know. Today is Cinco de Mayo, so we're having tacos tonight, which will be fun because why not? And I have my Zoom meeting tonight with all of my Bible study ladies, so I actually need to read a couple chapters of that book. A lot of reading needs to be had. Hello, it's much later. I have a child that's just lounging, listening to Spotify. You're gonna hear a lot of different songs. Can you say hi? Hi. He's taking a little break because why not? So I just finished The Tourist Attraction by Sarah Morgenthaler, and honestly, I didn't really like it that much. I gave it a 3 out of 5. I have a few problems with it. Number one, the length. It's 400 pages, and I do not think it needs to be 400 pages at all. I could easily see it being 300, maybe like 275. That's just me being honest, and there just wasn't a lot to it that I loved. So in this book we follow a character named Zoe who has saved up a lot of money to visit Moose Springs, Alaska. And she goes there, and then she goes to this place called the Tourist Trap, which is where this guy named Graham, he owns this restaurant. Like, it's like a little tiny restaurant where they serve like reindeer dogs and da-da-da-da, and he's like the grumpy, surly guy that's like hates tourists, but immediately he sees Zoe and like they're attracted to each other. And that's pretty much the whole book. The main conflict of this book is that Zoe's a tourist and Graham's falling for her, and he doesn't like tourists, and it just, I didn't really feel the spark between these main characters. I didn't really love the romance, which is saying something for me because you guys know I love and adore romance. So 3 out of 5. I liked it. I didn't love it. I would recommend it if you like Alaska books. It's, you know, it is 400 pages. It does read quickly, but it does drag on. I'm going to tell you that. There's just a lot of unnecessary, like, filler in here, but it was cute. I don't know what else to say. But there was a border collie in this book that the main guy, Graham, that's his dog, and he's a blind border collie, and he treats this dog so beautifully, and I love that so much. So that's a good plus about it. So moving on to my next read. I feel like I'm kind of not in a slump. I think Beach Read was just so intense and it set a bar so high that everything I'm reading is just kind of ugh. So I have 2 books right here that I want to check out. The first one being Real Men Knit by Kwana Jackson. I just looked up some reviews on this because that's what I do. A lot of people said they did really enjoy it, but it's more of a family drama. So I'm going to see how like family drama it is. I'm not in the mood right now for like a heavier book because Beach Read fulfilled that for me for sure. And I've heard that romance kind of takes the back burner on this. I don't know, but I want to check it out at least. And one I just picked up randomly is A Good Girl's Guide to Murder by Holly Jackson. This is a YA mystery thriller that this is my friend's book. She actually lent it to me. She's already read it and loved it, and her favorite genre is thrillers. So if she likes a thriller, there's a good chance I'm gonna like it. We do have some differing opinions because we're human people. But I've heard really good things about this. I've heard, she said if I like the season 1 of Serial, which we all know I do, that I should love this. So I think I'm gonna start both of these. We'll see. As far as my NetGalley book goes, it's going okay. I feel like with my NetGalley books, I just read them and I'm not in love with them. So I don't know what else to say. It's raining, which is why we were inside. It rains every week here. I'm kind of over it because it rained every single day almost in like freaking April. I'm just ready for like summer months to be outside all the time. But yeah, that's my update for today, I think. I don't know. We'll have to see. It is now officially Wednesday. Are we halfway through this vlog? Who knows? I just wanted to update you really quick. I filmed today, so I look decent. So I am like 100. Oh my gosh, how many pages am I into this? I'm like 150 pages into A Good Girl's Guide to Murder by Holly Jackson. This is the YA mystery thriller I decided to read randomly, and I gotta say, I am really enjoying it. I'm very surprised because I don't love a lot of YA mystery thrillers. I think my favorite is Sadie, and that's like it. So I am pleasantly surprised about this. There's a lot of mixed media in this, like emails and like mostly this girl typing up her report and interviews and things, and I find it really interesting. I'll tell you more about it when I get through it, but I'm hoping, I don't think I'll finish it today. It's a lot to go still, but maybe tomorrow, who knows? I've started another ebook. Have I told you that? I don't ever remember. I probably repeat myself 50 times in these vlogs. I started Not That Kind of Guy by Angie J. Christopher, I think. I like it. I don't love it. I'm glad I switched to like a mystery thriller because I've been reading so many like rom-com-y type of books. Surprisingly enough, I'm like kind of over it right now. I know. Who's shocked to say? But yeah, that's my update for right now. We're about to hop on the computer for his occupational teletherapy because he does do occupational speech therapy, teletherapy, especially when it's online like that. So that's what we're going to do, and then maybe a car ride. And it's actually decent outside today, so we're spending a lot of time outside, which makes me very happy. Hello, happy Thursday. So, I just completed A Good Girl's Guide to Murder by Holly Jackson, and I have to say, I am pleasantly surprised. I told you guys that I'm not, okay, I'll try to make it, we're playing with blocks, I'll get a message if that's okay. Here, I'll try to build something for you. So I'll put the book right here in frame, kind of, not really in frame. Oh, here we go. There's the in frame a little bit. There it is. So I can keep building blocks. So if you don't know, A Good Girl's Guide to Murder is a YA mystery thriller, and I usually don't do well with that genre because I don't know why. You need help? Here, let me see. Okay. I don't know why, I just don't enjoy them. There's only been a couple that I've read that I really enjoyed, but I have to say, I really like this one. So this book, we follow a character named Pippa, which you don't hear a lot of Pippas, honestly, but she's a senior in high school, and she decides for her, like, I don't know what type of school this is, if this is a British school or not, I don't know, but okay, but she decides for her, like, capstone project, I don't know what that means, her senior project, I guess, she is going to research and possibly solve this murder case that happened in her town like 5 years ago. So here you go. So 5 years ago, in her town, there was this teen named Andy Bell who was murdered, presumably. She went missing and she was murdered. And the person that was the prime suspect was her boyfriend named Sal Saheen. Sal had an alibi, then it fell through, and then they suspected him, and then apparently he had committed suicide and confessed to killing Andy through a text message. And then the case has been like solved from there. Police were like, okay, he confessed, he must have killed her, and there you have it. But Pippa has always been convinced that Sal has not done it, that there's something more to this case that the police never really went into. So she decides to research it, and boy, does she ever. She really goes into it with interviewing people, with just trying to figure out as much as she can, and that's the whole basis I'm going to tell you about this book. It's like about a teen trying to solve a murder case, and she does really well. I really enjoyed it. I also really enjoyed it that this had a lot of like mixed media in it. Like at the very beginning of the book, there's like her type out thing of what she wants to do for her senior capstone project. There's a whole bunch of interviews, and there's logs about her research that she finds, and interviews that she always cites down at the bottom where she gets her research from. I mean, there's even a map right here. Okay, the night that Annie disappeared, or like was presumably murdered, about when that happened. Like I said, I really enjoyed it. I would give it a 4 out of 5. I would say, you know, it wasn't a full 5 out of 5 because you really have to suspend your disbelief that a teenager could solve this. But, I mean, they totally could, probably. It was very reminiscent, and my friend who actually lent me this book that recommended it to me said it really reminded her of Serial Season 1, which is a really popular podcast back in the day that I devoured. And I would stand by that recommendation, or I would stand by that comparison, because, I mean, even the name Sal, and then I think it's been so long since I've listened to the podcast. I think his name was Aside, but he is still in jail currently for the murder of his girlfriend, but he claims he hasn't done it, but we still don't know, really. There hasn't been a clear-cut thing. So it is very reminiscent of that. And as a YA mystery murder, would I recommend it? Yes, I think it was great. I know she's coming out with a sequel to this, I think. I will definitely check it out because I really enjoyed it. So this was a totally spur of the moment read, and I'm glad I read it. I devoured it because I had to figure out who like did it, and I put 2 and 2 together, but I liked the way it ended. It was a fun read. I would highly recommend it. So today we are, you want to show them? We're building. So we're building a whole bunch of blocks. We'll bring you along the journey of it. You want to show them, oh, you want to build a robot? So I was just thinking about it. I'm starting to get dinner ready. And I like to share with you like what I cook and things like that, and I will always do that, but I was like, man, I really only share like my really like, I don't want to say bougie recipes, but like the recipes that I really have to work with. Like, you know, where I have to make the sauce, and there's a multitude of ingredients, I gotta use spices, all that kind of stuff, which is great. I like doing that, but that's not how I cook 100% of the time. No freaking way. I maybe do 2, 3 at the most meals for the entire week like that, because I just like them, but I don't want to do them all the time because they are kind of time consuming. The majority of my dinner meals are just regular dinner meals that I think a lot of people eat, like tacos or breakfast for dinner, like eggs and toast and stuff like that, or just, you know, we grill out a lot, making cheeseburgers, or like we'll grill some chicken or some steak and throw some sides. So it's really simple. Tonight's dinner is also very simple with one of my ultimate faves, spaghetti and meatballs. I buy all my meats from Harris Teeter. That's just how I roll. And I love Harris Teeter brand meats. Like, this is like $3. This is great. And you get your favorite marinara choice, whatever one you want to use. That's great. I like Classico. And then you get your spaghetti, and I'll stretch this out for 2 meals because this would be so much spaghetti if I used it for 1. All this is just to say that I am not a fancy cook in the slightest. If you're like, wow, she is a really good cook. I'm decent. I just can follow a recipe, honestly. I'm not like overly fancy whatsoever. I'm more of like, works, great. I have staples in my house, such as spaghetti and meatballs. That is a staple because, number one, it's cheap. Like, I think total, this cost me like maybe $6. No, with the pasta included, it would be like $7. And that's gonna feed 2 people, no, 4 times, because we always have leftovers. My goal is to try to have leftovers from the next day, and spaghetti definitely does just that. So yeah, I'm not any sort of fancy cook, just like, I like cooking. So yeah, probably won't montage spaghetti meatballs because it's pretty self-explanatory. I'll show you the final product. I did forget to mention that chicken thigh recipe I had cooked earlier this week. It was okay. Hold on, I gotta wash my hands. And put my meatballs in the oven. See, super easy. Right, so the chicken thigh recipe was okay. I don't think it was amazing. It took me a lot of time, but that's how it is for me, especially with the first time with a recipe. Like, once if I like a recipe the first time and I'm like, this is really good, I think it's worth a long time, I will keep doing it, and then I'll reduce my time even more because I'm so used to cooking it. Like, for example, when I first did like my sun-dried pasta, that's one of my favorite dishes. It took me a while to make, but now I don't even need to look at the recipe anymore and I can do it really, really quickly. So the chicken thighs, it was okay. I don't think it was that amazing that it took all that time because you have to cook it on the skillet first, then you put it in the oven, then you get your sauce, and I was like, too much. So I don't know if I'll cook it again. We'll have to see. But yeah, I don't know why I filmed this, just to tell you how I cook, but there it is. Hello all, happy Saturday. I didn't vlog yesterday, as always, there's no reason for it. But today's Saturday, and I woke up to an awesome surprise that I wanted to share with you. My husband got this little banner for me for Mother's Day, even though it's tomorrow, we're celebrating today pretty much. And then, surprises of all surprises, he got me a gift, he got me a Kindle. How cool is that? This is just the regular Kindle. I think it's the 10th generation. It's black and white. There's no color to it. But I am so grateful for that. Let me sit down and talk to you more about that. So yeah, I wasn't expecting that at all. We're not really big, I don't want to say we're not big gift givers, but we're really not. We're just not that way. But every once in a while we surprise each other. And I had been talking about getting an e-reader for a while because I've had so many, you know, ebooks going on right now with NetGalley, and then publishers aren't sending out a lot of physical art, so they'll send you an ebook. And so I've been reading a lot of ebooks, and I usually read them on my phone, which is fine, but most of the time when I read most of the time when I do get a chance to read, it's when I'm like outside with my son, I'm swinging him, and he likes to listen to Spotify on my phone because he just likes going through playlists and stuff like that. He's always like that, so I can't really read my ebooks, which is not like, that's like first world problem 1000%, I realize that. But yeah, now I have a Kindle and I can read all of my books. I've already hooked it up and everything. I think it even syncs to like your Goodreads, which is awesome. All of them on here. There's a lot on here, no surprise, and there's like 4 pages worth. I mean, it's a pretty simple one. Like I said, it's not the paper white, it's not color or anything like that, but I don't need that. I just needed an e-reader. I didn't need one that could hook up to the internet, that I could do things with. I mean, it would have been nice when it's in color, but I don't, it's gonna be great for the go. I just ordered a case for it because I have a child. It will probably get damaged, so the case would be a great thing. So this, it's super thoughtful. My husband, he knows how much I've been e-reading lately, so I love him. So right now, actually, I am home alone, which has not happened in a long time. My husband actually took Noah over to go see his parents because it's Mother's Day, and it's Mother's Day weekend, and instead of doing a big family get-together, obviously we can't right now because of the pandemic and things like that. All of the kids are kind of staggering their events, so Matt took Noah over to see them today, and then I think people will come tomorrow. You know, we're trying to be safe. Also, there are lifting some restrictions in my state, or at least in where I live now, so we're still trying to be safe. We will be visiting my mom tomorrow, I believe. I don't know, I have to talk to her, but either way, today he was like, just take the day, relax, do whatever you want to do. Of course, I worked because I'm a workaholic, so I filmed a couple videos, obviously, why it looked decent. But yeah, I wanted to wrap up this vlog because I think this is a little over a week long. Whoops, but here we are. We're going to wrap it up. So I read a lot this week. I want to say I read like 5 or 6 books, honestly, which is a lot for me in a week. But like I said, I read 2 books now at one time. Like, I'll read a physical book and I'll read an ebook. Do I recommend that? It's hard for me, I'm not gonna lie to you. So, first book I completed this week was Beach Read by Emily Henry. You guys know how much I loved and adored this. I gave it a 5 out of 5, and I actually filmed today one of the videos, 5 reasons why you should read Beach Read. So be on the lookout for that very, very soon. I loved it, would recommend it. You are aware of that. I read Not Like the Movies by Carrie Winfrey, which I gave it 3 out of 5. This was another adult cutesy book. I liked it, I didn't love it, but it was cute. If you're a big fan of like chick lit rom-coms, I would recommend it. And like I said, it's a companion novel to Waiting for Tom Hanks. And the next physical book I read was The Tourist Attraction by Sarah Morgenthaler. I gave this one a 3 out of 5. This was kind of a letdown for me. I told you guys about, like, I didn't love it as much because it was very lengthy. It was cute. It wasn't my favorite, so I'm kind of sad about it. And then the next ebook I read, since the trend here, is The Girl from Widow Hills by Megan Miranda. This is an adult mystery thriller. I gave this one, shocker, a 3 out of 5. I liked it. I didn't love it. I really think the main draw for me was the overall plot. It was very, very intriguing, I will say that. But yeah, it wasn't that amazing of a book, sadly. And then I decided to read A Good Girl's Guide to Murder by Holly Jackson. This is a YA mystery thriller that I ended up giving a 4 out of 5. I really like this one, as you guys heard. I would recommend this. If you read a lot of adult mystery thrillers, I think this is a great YA one. It was fun. I know there is a sequel to this called, I don't know. I went to go look for it on Amazon and it's like 40 bucks. So I don't know if it's like a UK only right now. If you know, let me know, but I want to read it. But either way, I really enjoyed this one, was pleasantly surprised by it. And then I finished another ebook that I haven't talked to you guys about a lot, is Not That Kind of Guy by Angie J. Christopher. If I'm being honest, I would give it 2 out of 5. I really struggle with this one. I don't know if it's because I've been reading so many romantic kind of cutesy books lately that I'm kind of getting over it, but I just didn't love it. And I'm not surprised because I didn't love this author's first book called Not the Girl You Marry. I just didn't. It's about a girl named, I don't remember her name, Bridget. And she's a very no-nonsense girl. She was in a relationship for like 9 years, fell apart. She's a lawyer. Then she starts to get attracted to her intern named Matt, and they form a relationship. And it was boring. I didn't really like either of the characters, honestly. That's just my opinion. I think mainly I just don't like this author's writing style, so that's completely me. You may love this book. So if I'm being 1,000% honest, I got a 2 out of 5. I really struggled through it. As far as new books, I have started 2 new books. Who's surprised? I have started The Boyfriend Project by Farah Roshan. Hopefully I said that right. This is my book of the month book. I'm only like 40 pages into it, if that. It's cute so far. Another romantic book. I know, I might have to switch up the genres. And I did start another ebook that I'm actually really liking, called You Lucky Dog by Julia London. This one comes out in August, and I really like this one so far. It's about, oh goodness, I can't even remember the girl's name. Please forgive me on this. It's about a girl that has a basset hound, and she gets her basset hound dog walked every day, and then she comes home and realizes that it's not the same basset hound, that's not her dog, that's in her house. It's another basset hound that got mixed up, and her basset hound is with another guy, and so they pretty much talk, and then she decides to dog sit for him, and it's really great so far. The main guy, I'm so sorry, I just started it, so I'm not good with the character's name, Max, I think. He has an autistic brother that he's really helping out, and I love any sort of book that features an autistic character, because you guys know my son is autistic, so I like reading different books with different people that are on different parts of the spectrum. And I would say the character in this book, the brother, is pretty severely autistic, and I really enjoy seeing the relationship already just between Max and his brother, and how he wants to care for him and how he helps them, and how it's a really big struggle for him taking him to places and things like that, loud places, because I can very, very much connect with that greatly with my son. So yeah, I'm really liking it so far. It's cute, I'll say that. So yeah, that's my last update for this reading vlog. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you do, let me know. I'll continue to do these reading vlogs. I like doing them. They're not amazing by any means, but yeah, I'm gonna go read some more on my Kindle. I'm so excited to have a Kindle. It's just nice to have. I never thought I would have a Kindle, if I'm honest. I just was never that type of person to want a Kindle, and I was like, I'm not going to be an e-reader, but times are changing, and you change as a reader constantly. There's no shame in reading a book physically, or an ebook, or listening to a book. Either way, you're reading. thought of the day. So yeah, now I'm gonna go probably work some more because that's who I am, and I will try to relax. I have a really hard time relaxing, in case you haven't guessed. That's just type A for you. But thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.